It's a great privilege for me to stand before my seniors also, and they are partly our gurus during our master course. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your beautiful introduction also. Okay. The second one, please. So, okay. So, what is the theme of our IPC? Role of Indian pharma for global well-being. Global well-being. Nowadays, we hear the word well-being, well-being, well-being. What is this well-being? The word well-being itself states the comfort, state of happiness, contentment, lessness, and then stress-free life, right? So everybody wanted to have this well-being in our life. So nowadays, as our previous esteemed speakers already mentioned, that all the natural, we are clinging to the natural products for our well-being of our lives. So in Sanskrit, we have Arogyam Paramam Bhagyam Swasyam Sarvadha Sadaram. That means health is more precious and more fortunate, supreme than anything in the world. So I'm very fascinated with the natural products, as I come from a family of taxonomists and botanists. My mother is a botanist and my father-in-law is a taxonomist who has named 17 plants to this world. So due to the affinity of that, I was very much interested in natural products. So you can see, so you can see here on the slide, there is a root. It's just like a man, in the shape of a man, and it's ginseng. So I am staying from the past 18 years in South Korea. When I first went to South Korea, everybody was talking about ginseng, and which is very much costly. So 100 grams of ginseng is equal to like 500 grams of gold. Because I'm a female, I'm comparing with gold. So I was very much fascinated about that. We have many herbal drugs in our country, and in our Ayurvedic, as you all know, ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is one such miracle root for our country. In the same way, this ginseng is considered as a miracle root because it is a multi-facet root where it has the aphrodisiac effect. It is on the stamina controlling, it is having a reduction in the blood pressure, it is used in diabetes, it is used in infertility, whatsoever. Nowadays, when you see any cosmetics, now Korean cosmetics are all popular in the world. When you see any Korean cosmetics also, there's an ingredient of this ginseng. So ginseng has become most popular nowadays. So today I'm going to explain about what ginseng is, importance, and the pharmacological aspects. So, ginseng is considered as one of the root which was given by gods in the mythical history of the Korea. So, like our Sanjeevani in Ramayana, we have the Sanjeevani herb, right? In the same way, it is considered that one boy was very much crying when his mom was very much sick, and then God appeared and gave the suggestion that go and search onto the mountains and you can see a herb which is having 4 berries on the top. Then he went and brought that herb and he made a decoction from that and he gave to his mom. Then his mom sat from the sick bed. So from that time onwards, ginseng is considered as one of the celestial herb that was given by the god. So this is one such, you can see that's the ginseng that is given by the god. So when you consider this herb, we call this herb as a cure for all the things like the flowers, peduncle, leaves, stem, roots. Mainly today I'll concentrate on the root. We cultivate many herbal plants and medicinal plants, but here you can see a very interesting thing when we cultivate ginseng. You know, for one, now we have a rice field or any orchids, some apples or peaches or bananas we get in 1 year or 6 months, right? But if we want to have a ginseng which is having the potential with all the medical constituents, it should be a 6-year-old ginseng. So the cultivation of this ginseng has a long patience, and it is having a relationship between the farmer as well as the medicinal herb. Here, when you can see, only this is, you can see in 1 year, the root will be like this. So only when the root is during the period of time of 6 years only, you find the considered amount of the root which contains actual ginsenosides in that. So from the first to the 4th years, only the plant grows. But from 4th and the 5th year, the root elongates. Only then the ginsenosides are being produced in that. The main ingredient of this ginseng is the ginsenoside, that is the saponin content of the drug. And then here, during the cultivation, they are planted vertically in a slanting way, so that we want the root, not the leaves, not the fruits, right? So to enable and to facilitate the growth of the root, we make the plantation in a slanting way, and also just like how we build our houses, like east direction, vastu, like that. Also, these fields are being planted only in the north. I can show in the north and northeast directions, only where we should not block any veins. And also, the soil is being toppled like 20 times, so that it has the more ingredients and all the micronutrients are coming back again, because it's like a 6-year-old period of just like raising a baby. And when the farmer of this ginseng farm walks in the morning, the dewdrops on the leaves tells us that, don't worry, my owner, I'm going to give you a lovely root in the next coming years. So always the farmer, I have a friend who has farms of ginseng. He told that his father always talks with the plants. Early in the morning, he walks like slowly and talks with the plants. So there's always a communication between the plants and the ginseng, making them to grow and have a beautiful atmosphere to have the more the period of time. So later it is propagated by seeds. I just want to go all these things, but here I just wanted to mention that this is a period of 6 years. Only then we can get the particular red ginseng in that. Okay, so in the first, these are all the things where in the first year we have 3 leaves, and in second year we have 5 leaves, and then the third year the root grows, and exactly at the 6th year the desired content or the desired elongated root is present in the ginseng. Then there are different varieties of ginseng, like the red ginseng, white ginseng, Telugu ginseng, and the fresh ginseng. These are all depending upon how they are cultivated and how they are processed. And the processing will be like ginseng is clean and they are steamed. Only when the ginseng is steamed only, then the ginsenoside is expressed. So this is also a process where it is steamed and it is dried naturally in the sun, and then the roots are being inspected, screened by weight, and then they are done only in the aluminum box packing, not like in another materials. So these types of ginseng, like the Korean ginseng, is having the best medicinal properties available, and we have our Indian ginseng, that is the ashwagandha. The Brazilian ginseng is white. American ginseng is also white in color, and the Siberian ginseng. Now in the market, there is a lot of competition between the American ginseng and the Korean ginseng. So these are the processes, how the fresh ginseng, the white ginseng is being peeled, dried, and then it's transformed into the white one. And here, basically, the period of the steaming, it is steamed at degrees of 80 to 90 degrees for 30 minutes, and then it's hot dried, and then that is how the different types of ginseng are being obtained. Yeah, these are the different types of ginsengs, and the best source of the ginsenosides are the white ginseng, and the ginsenosides we mentioned that the RG1, RG2, and these are all the saponins of the ginseng. So the 7 efficacy theory is the well-being. As I mentioned that it is the boosting stamina, is in metabolism like circulatory system, nervous system, in lungs, spleen, stomach, detoxification, and also in the skin conditions. So, so it's the same thing. And so, what are these ginsenosides? Ginsenosides are the most major active ingredients in the Korean red ginseng, and there are three groups of ginsenosides like the protopenoxidol and type, and the protopenoxidotriol type, and the oleolonic acid type. So these are the ingredients, and depending upon the amount of the presence of the ingredients, they are being classified, and these are the benefits of each active ingredient. Each active ingredient has a specific activity, and as I mentioned, the application of the ginseng to the well-being, they are taken directly as roots, sometimes as the decoction, sometimes as the extract, and sometimes as the powdered pills. So, next, why we are all taking this ginseng? So, everyday life is very much stressed. So, I classified stressed, we took the models like stress with immobilization. Nowadays, everybody is sitting at one place. Even our small kids are taking mobiles and sitting at one place and just doing whatever they are. Even we sit in our workbench, write papers or do anything. So that nowadays we are all having this immobilization stress. Next one is the heat stress, and we are taking lots of medications. Just we have some small leg pain or head pain, we just take some painkillers. So all the drugs and all the cancer therapies are also having the side effects. And also aging is because aging is already related with the oxidative stress, right? So I took so what are all the in the toolbox? We always go for the Western medicine, like all these things, and then but always there is a good evidence and a bad evidence for the Western medicine. But we choose something else. That's what is a natural product is. So here, this natural health for the male factor infertility, we focused on it. So what else are the ways of the medicine systems that are available? We are having the Oriental medicines, we are having the Indian traditional Ayurveda, Chinese, herbal, yoga, Tai Chi, diet, exercise and everything. But we always cling to the natural products. That's the power of the natural products, because they have less side effects and more powerful. So these are, as I mentioned, as ginseng to be the multifaceted root. Now I concentrate on the male infertility. So male infertility is not just like erectile dysfunction or less number of sperms or less number of count of sperms or anything. But this is all related to different aspects. So when we go for the mechanism of action, I'll just explain to this. Usually a healthy testis, when we dissect the testis and see, it will be densely populated with the spermatogonia, sperms in the middle, and all the serotolite cells and the seminiferous tubules in the basal membrane. But because of this oxidative stress, now I have taken three different options, like we have carried with the antioxidant enzyme pathway, the apoptosis signal regulating pathway, and the hormone pathway. So we considered investigated the parameters like the body organ weights, blood chemistry panels, sperm kinetic parameters which involve the motility, progressiveness and elongation, and the antioxidant enzymes and the spermatogenetic related biomarkers, all the transcriptional factors, and then the sex hormone receptor expressions. So our first work was with the chemotherapeutic drug doxorubicin. You know, doxorubicin is used for the chemotherapeutic drug. Because of this doxorubicin, the side effect is the sperm count was reduced and it gives the infertility. So all these things are, all this data we can understand, but I just wanted to show clearly the immunohistostaining, where this is the control or this is the healthy section of the testis, and this is the doxorubicin treated testis, and this is the extract, Korean red ginseng water extract testis. So when we compare all these things, it is similar to the control one. So that is how we concluded that there is a specific activity of the Korea that protects the doxorubicin-induced testicular damage in the experimental study of the rats. Next, our focus was on aging. Aging is also because of these things. All these things are the same, you all do, but the most, I'll show the same thing. So this is the one which we can visualize. All the other Western blots and all those things are just experimental, but this is like clear cut, what do you say, the justification of what we did. So these are the young control rats where the testis has densely populated, and this is the aged rats where there are no sperms or no matured sperms in the middle, and this is the KRG treated aged rats. When the rats are treated with the for 6 months, and then they restore the functioning or the what do you say, the activity of the motility of the sperms. So this we could see and we have published in the paper. And then stress, as I told you, always immobilization stress. We should have always a communication, right? If we are stressed up, we call to a friend, or we call to our parents, or we call say, let's go and have some pani puri or chat or something like that. So that is what this immobilization stress is making all other side effects. Now this is what's the condition of ourselves in our present day life. So this is our, we made a stress page, and then we made to have created some stress, and then we calculated all these sperm kinematic factors, and then yeah, this is, I just want to skip, this is all the data what everyone does, and I'll just focus on the immunohisto data. The same thing. Oh, I didn't do that. Okay. Yeah. There. It's going the other way. There also we could see the same data, and then we could conclude that there is a protective effect of the Korean red ginseng on the subacute immobilization stress in the damaged experimental rats. Next is heat or occupational atmosphere. Now many people, they work in industries, silicon industries. Some work in very hot furnaces, right? So you see the, what do you say, the Iron Man, all those things like this. So and keeping the laptops all the time, and then wearing tight clothes. All these things are the factors for the heat stress. So this environmental conditions, posture, occupational and lifestyle therapy increases the testicular stress. So can we see this Korean red ginseng protects against the chronic intermediate stress? Yes, we built a model, and then we could see, we analyzed all the parameters, and then we could conclude that, yeah. So the normal control, that is the heat induced control, and this is the heat induced plus our compound treated one. So we can match with the healthy one. So finally we have concluded, and concluded that the Korean red ginseng can regulate and can can ameliorate the chronic intermediate stress. So, and again the next one is we focused on the pectinase treated ginseng. What is this pectinase treated ginseng? Always we eat some food, right? It is transformed in our intestine, and then it is biologically available. So what we did is, we just wanted to cut the process. So we treated the ginseng with pectinase, that is the pectinase which is obtained from the lactic acid bacteria which is present in our stomach, and then we cut short the process, and we just wanted to see what happens. And finally we could see that the pectinase treated ginseng is more potential than the normal ginseng. So, and another thing is, ginseng is a herbal drug. Always we see that the Ayurvedic drugs or anything like Ushna, we say that the heat is produced. So we just wanted to see, like, is it really true or not? Yes, but there are some myths that there is a raise in body temperature because of this elevated physiological disorders. But in Korea, there is when there is a particular summer season, there are 3 days that are mentioned in the calendar, in the government calendar, that they have to eat the ginseng induced chicken soup. so that the heat is balanced outside and inside. So that is how we can say that these our herbal products or our herbal medicines are not that does not increase the ushna in our body, that does not have much heat in our body. So this is how we investigated that, and finally we could this is street heat induced. I just want to skip this, and then yeah, these are the preceding reports, and these are the products that are available nowadays in the market with ginseng. And yeah, this is what I was talking about, the root which is infused in the chicken soup, that is called the sangetang. Okay, and then so in the summary we can say that we are the first to report that the Korean red ginseng restores the chemotherapeutic induced drugs and the therapeutic restoring aging, immobilization stress, and heat induced stress, and also I just wanted to mention one more thing. So in ginseng we have saponin content and the non-saponin content also. So we also check only if the saponin content is good or the non-saponin content is more therapeutic. So when we have divided the groups and we have treated only with the saponin content, then we could see that the groups which are treated with both the total extract showed more synergistic effect than the individual saponin groups. So now we can say that the whole root is more potential, not only the active principles in that. So that is what it is. And so I can tell that ginseng is truly a miracle nutrient powerhouse in rescuing the male infertility and improves the overall well-being. So this is our team, and so we work on that. And finally, I thank our experimental rats for the cooperation throughout our study. We thought, because we gave them stress, but they gave us a result. So I thank the rats. And we can't buy happiness, but we can buy peace with our well-being. So it's, as mentioned in our theme, global well-being. So always our well-being is in our hands. So the lifestyle, the food we take, the habits, whatever it is, the emotions, the psychological pathways in our lives, it all means the well-being of our nature. So keep healthy, and as I mentioned earlier, the most important thing of a person is health. Arogyam paramam bhagyam swatam sarvardam sardakam. So health is very important. Be happy and have a happy well-being life. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Stress and heat. Do you know the mechanisms? How mechanisms have action?
Yes.
So
it's only with the oxidative stress. Only we calculated with the Western blot readings for the just like inhibin, nectin, and CREP.
Okay. Thank you. Any other?
But it's having a less number of insecticides. Because this ginseng is having the potential because of this topological effect, because of the geographical location, the soil content, and the atmospheric conditions. Yes, now it's a great global market competition between Korean red ginseng and the Chinese ginseng. Now, the Siberian ginseng is coming to the middle, like so it's showcasing like the pseudo of the Korean red ginseng. So that's why there is a lot of value.
And this ginseng, anybody compared, same molecules are there or different molecules?
Despite that this red ginseng is a 6-year-old. So if we going to purchase, any parameter you set, if we want to test which kind of ginseng we want to use.
Actually, there is also actually that is the best part. One of the things is that the government is involved in the production of this medicinal herb. There is a government organization like Korean Society. It will only calibrate and it will only give the product. No other products are available.
So ma'am, how many components are there we can identify in any lab of that product?
Yeah, but the fruit, we cannot buy the roots as such. Only we can buy the extract. So the extract is made by the Ginseng Corporation only and made.
Ma'am, root they don't allow to import?
No, they don't allow.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Spandana.